realizing like I'm going fishing for the first day of the season. You got maybe an inch here.
Well, now that I look yesterday, look how close I was when I turned around.
I don't know, something's really funny here. Water's coming up or it just hasn't frozen at all.
Look how weird it looks here. You could be driving, then all of a sudden, that's it. You know, I bet you when we get to those nets, there's no net left.
Oh. It just gets thin right here.
Yeah. It sounds like it's just like hollow. I bet you this thing just weaves its way right to Gimli. I'd like to mark this crack, like right here, so we can see if anything happens. Then I would just pull whatever, if those nets, just pull them out.
Well, yeah, we'll take everything out and start from scratch.
It's just frustrating though.
What we learned today is where we stopped yesterday in the blizzard was awfully close to probably where the sled would have taken a direct plunge to the bottom.
With no way to cross over this crack, the guys lift the only 2 nets they can reach.
Well, these are only, what, 5 nights?
Yeah.
Like, there's actually really nothing good.
One more net. We can keep practicing commercial fishing for another half an hour yet.
Better than yesterday. Yesterday I just got frostbite. Yeah, the ice is, you'd think it's safe, but there was that one patch about 2 miles out that kept opening up. Every time we're out there, it's like a small earthquake. Today it goes down, it's just another total fail. We just can't cross that damn section of ice that keeps opening up. We got nothing going on here. We got no nets in Heckle right now. We got nothing. We got 2 duds here, that's it.
Whiteout out here. It's kind of feeling like about minus 35 right now out here.
On Moonlight Bay,
He's bringing a bomber. Exciting. Needed for a real nasty day today, so this will be nice and warm.
She's just running great right now. I don't even have to step on the gas, just turn on the key and bang. Perfect.
Ready?
Okay, we're all set for a roll.
father and son team Richard and Mike Bjarnason, and all the others, have a love-hate relationship with these bombardiers. They're not made anymore, so it's an ongoing game of patch and repair. But out on the ice, they outperform everything else. They have one weakness. They're heavy, and when the ice is weak, dangerous.
My buddy had never been in a bomber before. He says, "Was that the escape hatch?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Did you ever have to use it?" I said, "No." And then 15 minutes later, we're bailing out the bombardier.
Richard Semesco has fished professionally for the past 5 seasons.
I drove 25 years or so. My dad passed away. I got his bombardier and decided to start fishing. I had been out 2 weeks before that on the sled and the quad. I wasn't really too concerned about the crack. We started to turn a bit, maybe 15, 20 feet, and then I felt the back end go down, and I knew right away we broke into the ice. So I told him to get out, like right now. He stepped out onto the ice. The ice broke away on my side, about 10 feet or so, and those chunks were kind of floating. And when I opened the door, that's what I was kind of scrambling on with my hands and knees to get up onto the hard ice. And then we slowly watched it go down. It landed on the bottom flat.
Richard's thankful his friend was okay and knows how lucky he was.
I've been in a lot of accidents, and I seem to get up and walk away. I'm kind of hard to kill.
With help from friends, he began planning recovery operations.
None of us had ever recovered a bomber.
With some trial and error, they used a winch and telephone poles as rails to pull the bomber back to the surface.
For the longest time, people were watching us. All they seen was people sort of running around on the ice. Didn't look like we were doing very much. And then when we started to actually pull the bombardier out, I think it only took maybe 45 minutes.
Richard isn't letting this derail his season. He's getting the bomber back on the ice as soon as possible.
The motor runs. I had to get the transmission rebuilt. My cousin came in and did the electrical. Tomorrow I'll be pulling nets. I got to make up time. That's 2 weeks of not fishing. I need to catch some fish.
The plan to do today is to finish these 4 off and then set some tomorrow.
Back on Moonlight Bay, Mike Bjarnason and his dad are grateful to have their bomber today.
Ooh, yeah.
Pretty brutal. Bad wind. We're right in the open. Pretty nasty out. I guess you could always say it could be worse.
Storm or no storm, these are nets Richard and Mike have to lift today.
And cold.
I can feel it right now, going right through. Woo, doggy.
Richard uses every trick in the book including spare mitts and boiling water to help his hands stay warm.
Oh, she's hot. That's the way to have her, just hot as hell.
Yeah, good start.
Good start, anyway. Oh, there they come.
It looks like it's going to be worth working in a blizzard today.
Okay, I'll try to put her across.
Maybe a bit more ahead. Yeah, that should be perfect.
Okay.
The bomber is strategically placed to block the wind while they're lifting.
Yeah, oh yeah, happy to have the bomber. Can't beat having the bomber.
With the skidoo, you know, especially Mike, when he's out in a skidoo, he can get pretty chilly. With the bomber, he always got the heat on in the bomber, and oh, there's nothing like a bomber.
Oh, just hard starting, batteries, anything that can go wrong, belts, clutches. This weather finds everything's weak points, including ourselves out here.
Yeah, actually pretty cold out today, but there's not much I'd rather be doing right now.
In Gimli Harbor, husband and wife team Jean and Candace Pischke have brought their son Alec with them to help out today, lifting the only nets they have.
I'm kind of getting a little nervous myself. We just got to get more nets in the water. We've got to get to where we really want to be, and that's past that crack.
A huge crack is stopping them from setting more nets. It's hurting their business.
I don't want to cross at the bombardier yet because there's a lot of cracks right now, and that's what will get you. Hey, Alec, you can take off first. Just head out towards those tracks. Okay.
Glare ice and recent snow are the first challenge of the day.
Try that.
But once underway, it doesn't take long to start lifting.
We had to set a lot of nets in where it was shallow here because it couldn't get out further.
Yeah, like to get out there and get a nice consistent string together. And we can get a routine going. And
The Pischkes like what they see.
This is just kind of insane fishing.
you wait and think that they're going to catch this good all the time, and then it drops off to nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good to see this.
I checked the crack. If the crack's intact today, I'm going to roll all over the ground with joy.
Whose joy?
Yeah, here we go again, eh?
Yeah, you'd have to really be careful, eh?
But the crack is showing no sign of freezing over.
Crack, this is what's going to happen to us all winter. Not good. Somehow it doesn't seem to want to freeze up here. All winter it's been opening up here. The lake should be set now.
By now, the Pischkes should be using their bomber and traveling further out to deeper water. They need to catch a lot more fish just to support their family.
Kind of our plan is, if we can get out here, leave the anglers behind from undue stress, and if we get out here, I can start shortening up inside, but it can't help itself, eh?
No, plaguing us all winter. And wait, it'll be 10 feet tall.
Most frustrating is that the ice on the other side of the crack is more than strong enough.
It's very thick.
Like it's always 2 feet.
All December, we're sitting here watching this ice on the other side here. We can't get to it. But there's not too many guys out here yet, and you know they'll be coming because everyone needs fish. If everything holds together for the next 2 to 3 weeks, then we'll have a rotation going, and the winter might be salvageable.
I just don't know what the hell is with this thing.
90 kilometers north of Gimli.
We had issues with this thing the other day. It runs good for one day and then it doesn't.
Frustrated by ice conditions at home in Husavik, fishing partners Justin Gerbrandt and Mike Linton have now returned to Hecla Island, hoping that fishing up north will be better. Equipment troubles this winter have been hurting their bottom line.
We've had it going. I was holding the choke like you were, and then it was like it ran out of gas. And it's minus 45.
It's turning out to be not a great start.
I'm gonna see how much gas is in this air.
You know, if something went through the lake, I wish it was this thing.
It ran fine yesterday. We did oil change, cleaned the carb, got it all ready, put it on the trailer, got it here, started. Now, I don't know, it won't fire.
You know what plan C is?
Going home.
Sell the quota.
Sell the quota.
Well, it's just too cold today.
Gotta pull one more time. It's too cold to screw around with it out here, so we got the hand auger today, so we'll just go with that.
The guys have returned to Hecla, hoping to change their luck.
And this is what happened last year too. Here it was going so good, and then we set more nets, then like a light switch, no fish. Then the auger broke last year, then the clutch broke on the snowmobile, then the other snowmobile broke there. This cursed Hecla Island. I don't know why God hates me so much.
Yeah, you good? Yeah.
The runners on the lifting caboose are frozen to the ice. Again.
Lift that up, I'm gonna back right up to it here. Oh my God.
It's man versus machine and nature out here. And Mike and Justin are losing.
Don't get mad if something breaks.
Now, the caboose is stuck in heavy snow. The snowmobile just doesn't have the power and weight to budget.
Man, I hate winter fishing.
What the is it stuck on?
I'm telling you just right now, if the first net's frozen in, I'm walking back to the truck. I'm just worried the hitch is gonna come apart and then the day's...
That was easy.
Stay in school, kids, don't become a fisherman.
Justin and Mike have to make up for lost time.
Well, I think we might be able to lift one net for sure. Might be lunchtime, but we'll get one. I'm not going to mention anything about this.
Why is it dead?
No, it was fully charged this morning, and from drilling that other hole, I got 2 bars.
But now it looks like there's a problem with the battery-powered ice auger.
There's something about Hecla, we have like a good week, then it's like 2 weeks of just luck out here. More has broken on this island in 1 year than 9 at home.
At this point, I'd rather go no fish than have everything break and take it home every day on the trailer. So we can't struggle to get ready and then have this.
The dismal catch is hardly worth the effort.
I guess if that auger dies, then we're back here tomorrow and then let's set a few more then. I don't want that to happen.
This should be more than this. And today is one of those days where I should have stayed home, went to the bar for the entire day. Probably would have been further ahead.
The bitter cold is draining what little battery power is left in the auger.
If you get through this gang of 4, I'd be shocked.
At this point here,
this isn't worth it.
If I could catch this at home, it's better than seeing nothing, but from what it was when we left here, it sure changed big time. Move to the next gang, just a little ride, and see how much we can do with this auger here. It's on the last bar, so hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more drilled. Let's hope for the best. That's all she's got or what? I can't even see.
I can't be. What's that mean?
I don't know. I guess it's
dead.
This has been how the whole days went today. There's not enough.
So we drove all the way out here to do 4 nets.
Yeah.
The Hecla curse continues. Justin and Mike will have to come back tomorrow.
Sometimes it's better to just let it sit and let it be. But we tried to push it, and I think within a 2-hour span, we didn't have one piece of equipment that was working.
Everything's broken, yeah. Lost nets.
Hecla will give you some fish, but it takes while it gives it to you.
It gives you the fish, but it steals your wallet when you're taking a piss, kind of a thing.
Yeah. And if you look at where we are in the winter, I would say we have 50 days left, maybe. I could see it being a race to the finish.
On the next episode of Ice Vikings.
Pretty stupid. The other guys are set not even net length away over there.
Whoop.